make money.
What's up, everybody? Couple of Bettors, episode 63. Wild Card weekend is here. The regular season is now over, and shit gets real.
Yes, so real that the Bills Mafia flag is now hanging out on the balcony. The Buffalo Bills towel is out. All my fun little trinkets that say Bills can officially come out because you can't say anything.
No.
It's postseason, so I'm allowed to celebrate and put my shit everywhere.
Think
Go
about
Bills.
this negotiation we had in advance of the season. It was, look, the Jets are going to be good. The Bills are going to be good. Are they? I don't know. Well, whoever's team is in the playoffs gets to hang the flag on the balcony for the whole neighborhood to know which team is represented in this apartment.
Shout out to Moose for the flag. That was a nice gift given.
Yep. So then I said, well, wait a minute, though. What if both teams were in the playoffs? Obviously, the Jets would be in the playoffs. Whichever team had the better record would get the flag out there. That did not come into play.
No, it was dead by week 4, I believe.
Yeah.
4 or 5. It was
Oh,
out the
boy.
window. But
Yeah.
I patiently waited until week 18. Your game had already started, I believe, and I would have waited till the end of the game, but the sun was going to go down. I'm like, dude, I gave you this long. Like, you're probably going to win this game, but it doesn't put it out. So
put it out there.
So Bills Mafia flag waving high and large in Long Beach, New York right now.
That's right. All right, well, let's get into, let's face it, people in the news, coaches, players. This week, a lot of coaches, you know. We had a few firings.
Black Monday hit hard.
Black Monday hit hard, yeah. Yeah, first up, Antonio Pierce. Yeah, this one, I kind of expected it the whole season. It seemed like, you know, he was the interim coach, and then they move him into the head coaching role. And it didn't really go well. I mean, they didn't win much. They didn't have the quarterback was an issue. They had Gardner Minshew, is Aiden O'Connell, Devontae was. Remember that whole thing? He used to be on the Raiders this year, and left and stuff. So as much as they wanted to roll for that guy, and he was maybe a leader of men, I don't know if he was the best X's and O's guy, the best strategy guy. Well,
not everybody agrees with you. Some people were actually surprised. They really thought, oh yeah, they're going to give him another shot. They got Brady's back in the game. He'll help guide him. And so I was a little surprised. It seemed like more people were saying, I hope you fine than not. But yeah, if you look at the way things panned out.
Yeah, not good. Well, they did say recently, or this came out I think today or whatever, that Brady was going to be really involved in the head coaching selection or whatever. And first of all, people are saying that he might not be announcing like in a year from now because he's a lot more involved in the Raiders organization after he got approved for the ownership stake, and that, you know, he shouldn't be able to announce and stuff. So anyway, he
won't be missed.
Yeah, I know, not that good.
Not that good.
But the rumors were that he was out there making calls to Belichick to see if he was around. I don't know.
So that's fine. You want to put Belichick on the Raiders? That's okay by me.
I mean, people thought there would be Dion potentially, and if they got, you know, his son, but
that'd be sick. I mean, just all the celebrities come together to get the Las Vegas Raiders up and running. I would totally approve of that.
Think about how flashy primetime in Las Vegas. Oh boy,
you play good when you look good.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Then we got Jerod Mayo. This one, you know, I was kind of surprised at this one because, you know, the Patriots get him. They don't add anybody. Their team sucked, and their roster is probably the worst in the whole league. They did get Drake May, so that was a good thing. But then they just let the guy flounder out there, and you know, there was a couple little stories about him that were not great where, you know, one of them, they had a loss. It was a bad loss. In the plane ride, usually the coaches are breaking down film. He just let his assistant coaches break the film down, and he went to the back of the plane, and he was playing cards with the guys. And, you know, you could argue he was trying to be, you know, camaraderie with the team and all that, but a lot of people looked at it and said, this guy's not serious about winning.
Yeah, jeez.
You know?
Well, the streets are talking, and they say that Vrabel is going to the Patriots. He apparently has a Twitter account that he never uses, but he just changed his picture to be of him when he was coaching for the Patriots in some Patriots gear, and it was all a farce to go to the Jets just to kind of do a little bit of trickery, which I'm not happy about. I was happy if Vrabel went to you guys because I thought it'd be good for you, but I'd rather him not be around either. Go find anybody else that's not in our division. But
I agree. I mean, I think there's a chance that Vrabel got him fired in a sense because I thought they were going to let him run for another year. I just think that Kraft couldn't stand the fact that Vrabel would be in his division coaching against him, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to fire this guy, and then so Vrabel might have kind of pushed it to make him happen. So,
well, we'll see. The future will tell. Who will be the coach of the Jets? That'll be the question.
That'll be the question. All right, then we got Doug Pederson. So Doug Pederson, it seemed like all year this guy should be fired just because the team sucks.
No one's surprised by this. We're surprised it took the whole season.
But then you got Trevor Lawrence, you're paying this guy $250 million, and he has mediocre numbers at best. Then he gets hurt, and it's like Mac Jones. What are they supposed to do? Are they going to go win a bunch of games with Mac Jones? Right. No, So Doug Peterson's a Super Bowl winning coach. So it's like
maybe he'll go play for the Jets.
I would love him as an offensive coordinator for the Jets.
All right.
Team up with Sexy Rexy. Bring it back.
Yeah. I would love if Sexy Rexy went to you guys. He needs to come back to New York in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, there'll be news.
Even if it's in New Jersey.
Yep. They talk about Rodgers in the news. Rex will be in the news every day.
Yeah. Oh, he loves it. Well, I think that's why he wants so bad. Go send me back to the media. I already got some practice now.
100%. Oh, then we got Tyreek Hill. This is interesting.
Not a coach.
Not a coach. This is a player. Yeah, so this is him potentially. I guess he didn't really want to play. And there was even a video that just surfaced that from the last game, and it was Waddle, and he's going, "Yo, Cheetah, are you done? Like, you done?" And like he was sitting on the sideline, and basically like he didn't want to go in the game towards the end of the game against the Jets.
Yikes! I didn't see that at all.
Yeah, and then afterwards there was talk to the media, and he made it seem like he wanted out, right? I mean, like he wanted a new contract maybe or something.
Hey, he said the door's closed. I need to open a new door. Got to look out for my family. And we all know he's got a very, very, very large family.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
So he basically ended the interview with saying, I'm not going to be on the Dolphins anymore. And then the next day they said they squashed everything and he's probably going to stay on the Dolphins. I don't know, whatever. But clearly the kid is done with Tua and the Dolphins, which I honestly can't blame him.
I can't either.
Tua can't make it every season, for a full season. That's got to be frustrating.
But at the same time, like somebody said on one of the shows, which is a great point, which is just like you chose to not win with Patrick Mahomes and continue that thing, and they offered him pretty good money, but you chose more money and to be in Miami, and then you don't win, and you get pissed about it. What do you think? Are you going to have it all? You're not going to have it all. You can't have all the money and then all the weather and all that shit.
Some people think they can have it all.
I guess.
Takes little experiences like this to kick them in the ass and be like, oh, I can't have it all.
Very true. All right, well, enough of these people. Let's talk about how we did betting. Oh, man.
Terrible. The worst weekend ever. I wanted football to stop. Stupid Week 18. We told you in the beginning, we told ourselves, you never know what the hell is going to happen on Week 18. Who's sitting who's going to try their hardest for no reason, who's going to win when they should be losing. Oh, my God, I'm fucking pissed. I don't even want to bet this weekend, but I'm going to anyway because I have a problem. Lost on everything, and I only bet a few games. Stupid Week 18. I hate it.
I mean, I bet more games, but it didn't mean, I did that good here. So, 20%. We're down 10 units. That's going to take away a bunch of the winnings. Still a bit up for the season. We'll go back and do a whole, kind of how do we do through the whole year and all that stuff. This was a disappointing weekend. And if I look at it, it's like, obviously the Vikings Lions over was pretty surprising to everybody. I mean, the announcers.
That was shit.
Yeah.
Boring.
And even the announcers were saying, now that's a credit to Aaron Glenn and the Lions defense.
Right.
Looked great. I mean, the Lions did their job. They scored points, but I couldn't believe that they were able to hold the Vikings to that little amount of points. So,
guys, look at the spreads, okay? And do people a favor. I mean, I guess you were helping out the under people, but damn, come on.
Yep.
We were expecting to see a game, and so we saw nothing. We saw a whole lot of defense and Vikings just missing the Jefferson. I don't think caught one ball. If he did, I fell asleep at that point because I was just done with the boring game.
Yeah. How did Jefferson and Addison not have a million catches? I don't understand it.
The other Bengals versus Steelers over 48, that was a joke. I mean, I guess we should have considered that the negative 10-degree weather would affect things, but I was just so excited to see the Bengals versus Steelers and be a blowout, great winning game. And no, that sucks. So Moral of the story is, if you ask me, never bet on Week 18. Just take glimpses of the games that you care about, but never put your money on it because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I bet on the Seahawks as my lock because Geno Smith has all the incentives. And what do? They win by 5.5 points. He gets all his money.
Yeah, he gets all his money.
Great, thanks,
You lose
Geno.
money because they can't cover. They all suck.
Yeah.
So that's the moral.
Well, yeah, let's go.
Week 18 sucks.
So that's over with. Last week is done. Let's talk about this week. Let's talk about some injuries. Definitely some injuries, but the main ones, like, so Jalen Hurts came off the concussion protocol.
He's back.
He's back. Jordan Love, I mean, he's probably going to play here.
He hurt his elbow in the middle, towards the end of last game. So he was taken off the field, and they say he wasn't really that great to practice this week. Definitely didn't practice on Wednesday. I'm sure he's going to play.
He's going to play, yeah.
But now you're looking at, when you look at the Eagles versus the Packers this week, you're going to have to take in consideration. You got one guy that just came off a concussion protocol, the other guy that might be playing through a bum elbow.
Yeah.
How does that affect things?
Yeah, Zay Flowers was a big loss. He'll probably be back. It seems like maybe it's going to be next week or whatever if they continue to win. But that was a big loss for the Ravens. He went out with a knee injury and didn't come back last week, and they said he's out. Some of the other guys, not a lot of big players here. Like your kick returner is questionable. He's pretty good, but
We'll put DeMar in there; he'll be fine.
yeah, Blake Corum for the Rams running back. He broke his forearm last week, so he is going to be out. They put him on IR, so there's no chance if the Rams win. That's a big if that it ends up coming back.
Ooh, look at this beauty.
Look at this beauty. Here's the playoff picture, folks. Here it is. Look at this. Look at those beads. It's going to be in New Orleans. You're
going to look at that big Bills logo is going to be on that A side in the red right next to that statue, ready to go.
Yep.
Get ready for that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So with that little setup here, let's talk about a little bit of going into this. Just a glimpse into where the public is betting this week. So we only have 6 games, right? And most of the public is 50-50 on these games. The only 2 that stick out are the Chargers versus the Texans. So the Chargers with the spread, 73% of the public. And then Commanders with the Bucks, they have 75% of the public on the Commanders on that game on the road there.
It shocks me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 12-5 team, for going against a 10-7 team. I think they think they're better, but we'll get into what we think about these. But it's always interesting to know where the public is betting and what their initial sense is. But it's nice to know out of these 6 games that the books got it pretty right with 4 out of the 6 of them.
Yeah.
And the question is, are they trying to trap you on the other 2?
Always. It's Vegas.
All right.
So our first game is the Chargers at the Texans. I mean, Texans were clawing at straws here to try and get into the playoffs. I don't really think that they're a playoff caliber team. And so the Chargers will probably whip their ass, and I'm definitely taking them at -3 for that reason.
Yeah, look, the Texans' offense is not that good. They do have a good defense, but I just think that their 20th ranked offense from a yards per game perspective is not going to bode well against a pretty much like a top 10 Chargers defense. So yeah, I agree with you. It sucks that they have to go on the road, but at the end of the day, just the 3 points to get this win here. I think the Chargers take this one.
Yep, easy one. Should be. But then again, what do we know?
What do we know?
All right, Steelers at Ravens. This is the game for Saturday. If you want to sleep in Sunday, go ahead and miss that Saturday. Miss that first game. This one is the must-watch. Unfortunately, it's on Amazon Prime because they really just want to fuck you in always and see how. I don't know how many, but you got to check that local bar if you're going to go out to see if they have Amazon Prime, which is just a big pain in the ass for everybody. But going to be a good game. We're both taking the Steelers on this one. Now, before we all freak out, Ravens fans, we're not saying that the Ravens are going to lose.
No.
We just don't believe that the Ravens are going to win by 9.5 and that the Steelers will probably cover that plus spread. And that's why I'm taking the Steelers. I'm pretty sure the Ravens will walk out of here with a win. But don't forget, Zay Flowers is out. That's going to hurt them a little bit. But that spread is a large spread, so we're going Steelers.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, the 9.5 points is really rough. So a divisional game, and
In the playoffs.
they know each other very well. And Tomlin's going to cook up some stuff. So look, maybe it's going to be a good game, 3-point game, 7-point game, and we hit that plus 9.5 with the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Let Russ cook. Oh, by the way, let me just mention this. George Pickens, step up, bro. Step up. What are we doing here? It's like this guy looked like he was freaking paid off by the mob or something, or the mob had a threat on him because he was just dropping passes left and right. I know the weather wasn't that great, but it's like everybody else on the field can catch the ball. You're supposed to be a top receiver. And when he's on, he's such a head case. When he's on, he's fucking great.
Well, so they probably got in his head.
They got in his head. And then these, it kind of makes it worse. Those guys that get in their own head, and what makes it worse is the teammates that go over to them and they go, "Look, man, we need you." Yeah, you think that's going to fucking make him snap out of it? No, it's going to make it even worse. He's going to be thinking about shit. So, George Pickens, step up and let us cover the 9.5. Uh-oh.
It's my lock of the week that I don't bet on. Because you know my rule. I don't put money on the Bills. However, if they're going to crush this one, minus 8.5, the whole world should put their money on the Bills. Bills by $1 billion. But in all seriousness, here's reasons why. Broncos, I've been a fan of all this year. I put money on them a few times throughout the season. I was impressed by them. I'm impressed by Bo Nix. I'm impressed by the offense. You are a rookie quarterback coming into Buffalo. You cremated the Chiefs last week, but they were all their backups. Like, you haven't really beat a team that's a high-ranking team yet. So, good job. You made it to the playoffs. It's still very impressive. Rookie quarterback again. Not a lot, there with the whole team. You made magic happen. Unfortunately, this is the end of the road for you. And enjoy it. Enjoy your playoff game, but you're going to Buffalo. Bills Mafia is just going to eat you alive. If you've never experienced the 13th man on the field, you will there. It's playoffs in Buffalo. Ooh, look out.
Yep. 12th man.
12th man, sorry. No, we have the 12th and the 13th and the 14th.
All of them, yeah.
We have all.
Yeah, 25 degrees, a little bit different. Like Denver, they do one thing really well on defense in terms of they get after the passer. That would matter if it wasn't Josh Allen.
If he wasn't an alien Superman.
What's going to happen is he's just going to scramble around, and make shit happen. So there'll be more of the plays that you don't want Josh Allen to be doing, which is like running around.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is one I'm betting on, 8.5 points. I think that it's not like I think they're going to win by 30, but I do think it's better than the 8.5. And Buffalo's going to show them, all right, yeah, like you said, good job, Broncos, you got here, but now you're playing with the big boys.
Yeah, and they should. The Broncos team should be proud of themselves and nervous that they're going up against the Bills. And the Bills should be nervous that if they don't win this game, that looks terrible on them. I'm sure they will, but it's just one of those things. It's a big deal. So go Bills. I can't wait for this to just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing. We're the rebuilding team that's on our way.
Yep.
Love it.
All right, well, this is my lock of the week. I'm going with the Eagles at home against the Packers. Come on, that Saquon is going to be back. He has the fresh legs. He didn't get the record, but he's got those fresh legs ready to rock. The offense is 8th ranked in the league. The defense is number 1 ranked in the league. It's going to be too much at home for the Packers, and I think that they, behind a lot of Saquon Barkley running, are going to be able to get this one done. With the 5 points, going to be easily covered.
I staying away only because I totally agree with everything you're saying, but part of me is just a little worried about the Packers because it's a playoff game.
Yep.
And the Eagles have also had some very non-impressive games throughout the season, so it's almost like what Eagles team is going to show up for me, so I'm just going to sit there and root for you to win your money, but I'm going to lay off just in case because I'm also butthurt from last week and very worried about betting on anything anymore.
I know, and you can think about the Jalen coming off of the concussion a few different ways. One, is your brain a little cloudy? There's one thing. But he was off for like 2 weeks, right?
Lots of rest.
A lot of rest, yeah. So he's got to be feeling pretty damn good going into this game. And
is it rest or rusty? That's what we have
resty or rusty. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I do think the Eagles are, a deep into the playoffs, if not Super Bowl team.
Yeah. All right. Well, for some reason, though, my little butt hurt behind is deciding that the Bucks are definitely going to cover, and so apparently I'm going against most of the public. The Bucks are at home. They deserve this. The Commanders looked great this season too, but because they had a rookie quarterback, you're back into that situation where it's like, yay, good job, first time NFL player. Love that, but I don't expect them to do much during the play. Like, I'm surprised they got here, and I don't think they're going to make it that far. And stop one is Baker Mayfield and the Bucks with Mike Evans. I think they're going to be able to pull this one out, -3, so I'm taking them for sure.
Yeah, they looked a little shaky in the beginning of last game, and then all of a sudden they came on and they basically, Baker made some unbelievable plays with his arm, with his legs. And I think that, they're a good squad. It's just that the way they started, the reason why I'm not betting this one is just I felt like they started a little bit off, and I was like, what the hell happened? And if you have a Jaden Daniels gets a little hot up front or something like that, you never know. But yeah, I mean, I hear you. I'm not saying I think the Commanders are going to cover this one. All right, so this is what last up. It's the Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Minnesota Vikings at the LA Rams.
Might be in Arizona though.
Might be in Arizona. Hey, look, the wildfires. You got to clean that brush out. You got to figure it out, guys. California.
Give yourself some water.
Yeah, they need to collect more taxes so they have enough money for the firemen out there.
And the homeless.
And the homeless. Yeah.
Feed them and give them cell phones and.
Yeah.
All that
look,
stuff.
Did they defund the police, firemen by $17 million? Did they also simultaneously fund the immigrants that were homeless by $21 million at the same time? Yes. Did the fire chief say that they don't have enough resources to be able to fight things like wildfires and it puts things in danger? Yes. So you got to figure it out.
But we're not talking politics.
No politics today, guys.
We are saying, though, there is a shot that both teams have to move to Arizona to play this game,
Yes.
depending on that, because, and for all those in LA, this is a terrible thing. Like, fires are freaking scary. They don't stop. They keep going. They're dangerous, and you lose everything. Thoughts and prayers with you guys. But I'm staying away from this. The Vikings look like trash against the Lions. The Rams have looked awesome. Then they've also not looked good. I mean, it's clear that's the reason why it's a one spread.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a toss-up.
Yeah.
I feel like the Vikings should be the better team here, but after what I saw last week, it's like, are we going to choke? Because now we're in a playoff game when we choked against the Lions.
Totally hear where you're coming from. The reason, I'm giving more credit to Aaron Glenn's defense last week and saying that was a bit of an anomaly. I'm not going to put that. I'm not going to say you're going to lock down Addison and Jefferson 2 games in a row. And frankly, the Rams have the 26th ranked defense, pretty bad. So if their offense is going to get hot, it's against the shitty Rams defense. It's not good enough for me to bet it though, because I think they're sketchy. So I'm going to stay away from it. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking.
All right, well, so quick. This is a quick one.
Yeah.
We're both taking the Chargers -3 versus the Texans, because the Texans, I hope they're enjoying their one playoff game, but this is not really for them. Chargers all day.
Yep, and both taking the Steelers plus a big 9.5 points against a divisional opponent in the Ravens. So let's hope that the Steelers put together a good game plan, involve George Pickens, and he catches the ball, and then hopefully you cover that. Don't think you're going to win it, though, but you'll cover.
And then my lock of the week, even though I'm not actually putting money on it, because as we all know, I do not bet on the Bills. It's bad luck. But Bills -8.5 versus the Broncos. They're going to do it. Let's go Bills Mafia. Make some noise. Broncos, enjoy your ride through this one playoff game. You deserve it with your rookie quarterback, but it's not going to last long. Got to say, go Bills.
Yep, and I'm on the Eagles as my lock of the week. -the 5 points versus the Packers. Saquon with his fresh legs, too much. And we got Hurts back, and they're going to do it against those Packers with the little numb elbow that Jordan Love has. He's going to love being on vacation the next week.
Oh, Lord. That was terrible. Okay. That was like a dad joke right there, a dad pun.
Why
and
not?
lastly, I am by myself on the Bucks -3 versus the Commanders, because I think the Bucks are the better team, and they're going to cover that 3 by winning. That's
it.
how it is. that's my great statistical research towards why I'm betting the Bucks.
And also, Christine has a $2 parlay to win $166,000 on every first touchdown score of these 6 games. So we got to do it.
We'll let you know when I win my $1,666 and some other stuff. I'll post that win and what I bet on to make that win. Other than that, I did not want to bore you with my $2 parlay bet. That's
fair.
Very, very tricky to make.
Yep. All right, everybody. Well, hey, enjoy your wild card weekend out there. Have some fun. You got 2 games, couple games, one game.
2 days of games and a Monday
3
night.
3 days of game, yeah. So have fun with it. Have the 6 games. Hope you have good luck betting and that it's better than our last week was betting. And that's it. We love you all, and we will talk to you in a week.
Go Bills. Always.
Bye.
Go Bills.
I want to make money.